Checkpoint 2. The figure shows three situations in which a Gaussian cube sits in an electric field. The arrows and values indicate the directions of the field lines and the magnitude of the flux through the six sides of each cube. The lighter arrows are for the hidden phases. In which situation does the cube enclose a positive net charge, negative net charge, and zero net charge? So in this question, they gave three situations. Situation 1 here, which is represented by a figure. So likewise, we have two more situations. And what they mention here, they mention these cubes are placed in the electric field, and the direction of the electric field is mentioned here, and also the magnitude of the flux is mentioned here. And some arrows are mentioned lighter. So all these lighter arrows indicated from the hidden phases. So by using these, we have to find what is the net charge inside these cubes. That means the cube 1 will have some charge, the cube 2 will have some charge. So likewise, we have to find whether it is positive charge or negative charge or zero charge. Okay, we start with the first figure. So in this first figure, we can find the flux, right? So first I'm going to calculate the flux, and then we are going to check what is the charge. Clear? So first let's find the flux through the first figure. So the flux here is whatever the field lines entering the phase which has the negative value, whatever the lines which is coming out of the phase which has the positive value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the arrows going inside and outside. So if the arrow is going into the phase which has the negative value, the arrows coming out of the phase which has the positive value. Clear? So let's add this one. So first of all, I'm going to give the importance for the positive value of the lines. So here you can see 2 is the arrow is coming outside, 5 arrow is coming outside, and then this 7 is a hidden phase, but this arrow is also coming outside. So all these 3 arrows are coming outside. That means the flux here takes the value of positive. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add all the positive value of the flux. So what is that? 5 plus 7 plus 2, and then I have to add the flux going into that. So let's see how many arrows are going into that. So here 7 is going into the phase, 3 is going into the phase, and then 4 is going into the phase. So I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to subtract with the initial. So 7 plus 4 and then 3. So these are all the lines. That means the flux entering the phase. These are all the flux coming out of the phase. So I'm going to add now. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. Minus, and here 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. So 14 minus 14, we got zero flux. If this is zero flux, what charge is inside? There is no charge. That means the net charge inside the cube is 0. Why? Because we got the flux value 0. So likewise, we have to do the same type of calculation for the second figure. So first, I'm going to add how many lines are coming out. So in this figure, you can see 10 is coming outside. So we can add 10 plus 5 is coming outside, and then 3 is coming outside, and then the flux going into that, 4 is going into that, and then 6 is going into the phase, and then 3. So that means 6 plus 4 plus 3. So all the lines are going into the phase. So now I'm going to add, these are all the positive flux, these are all the negative flux. So 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 plus 3, 18. So 18 minus, this is 13. So we got the answer here as 5. And the unit for the flux is Newton meter square per coulomb. So here we have the flux value is positive value. So that means if you have the positive value of the flux, so what charge is inside? Inside this Gaussian, this cube is positive charge. Why? Because we have the positive value. Now we have to do the same type of calculation for the last one. Let's see what are the positive fluxes coming out. 5 plus 8, which is coming out, and then 2. And then what are the flux going into the phase? 5, 6, and then 7. So now let's see what value we'll get. So 8 plus 2 is 10, 15. Here minus 13 plus 5, which is 18. So here we got the flux value is negative of 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. So we have negative value of the flux. So what charge is inside? Negative charge is inside. So now we have to answer this question. So what we have to answer this question? Which cube has the positive charge? That is our first question. Which cube has the positive charge? The cube 2. That means the second cube has the positive charge. For A question, cube 2 has the positive charge. And then B, second question, they're talking about the negative charge, right? So B charge, that means negative charge is from cube 3, right? So cube 3 has negative charge, and then 0 charge, that means 0 net charge. So no flux means which is no charge, that means 0 charge is inside. So cube 1 has no charge. Cube 1 has 0 net charge. So this is the answer for this question. That's it. Thank you.